I'm Dave Clapp, your 2020 president. Welcome to today's session on global real estate with Maria Grulich. Maria serves as Director of Global Business for Florida REALTORS, overseeing and developing global initiatives and programs for Florida, advising and supporting Realtor members and association staff on global matters and markets at local, state, and federal levels. She manages activities such as international expos, conferences, trade missions, as well as serving as the team liaison to the National Association of Realtors. Maria is a Florida Realtors liaison to the Global Business Committee and Diversity Committee. Maria is involved in many community efforts, including the governor's appointee to the Board of Trustees for Valencia College, Enterprise Florida, Florida International Trade Partnership, Board of AREAA Orlando. She also serves on the Board of Directors for Florida Economic Development Council, the International Committee for Florida Chamber, and the Florida Economic Development Council. Her background includes economic development and international business development. She worked on the recruitment of many industries, teaming with the Governor's Office and Enterprise Florida, generating over 3,000 jobs for the local community. Maria has also led several trade missions to recruit international investors and students. Florida Realtors Global Business received the 2019 NAR Platinum Award for Global Achievement Program and hosted a 325-member trade mission to Dubai under her direction. She also received the 2019 Consul General of Canada Global Leader Award. Maria is a multilingual Cuban American and resides in Celebration, Florida with her two daughters. She is a graduate of the University of South Florida. Please, let's give a warm welcome to Maria.
Wow, thank you so much for that warm introduction. I need to cut my bio a little bit. Well, good afternoon, and a special Florida Realtors Global welcome to you. A big thank you to the Realtors Association of Sarasota Manatee for the invitation. I feel honored to be here with you today. I bring you greetings from our President Barry Grooms and the rest of the leadership team. As the Global Director of Florida Realtors, what I really am is a connector. And I love what I do. I love connecting our members to other markets, to other members, and seeing them make friendships and having those friendships lead to referrals. So I love being a resource, and I hope that's what we're going to do today. I'm hoping to be a resource for you, give you a couple of ideas, and maybe bring a couple of things to light that you may not know about. So I want to do a little bit of sharing today. So here we go. I work closely with the associations all around the state of Florida, as you heard, in NAR, and oversee the Global Business Committee. I do want to mention the Global Business Committee because next year we're going to have approximately 250 members on the committee. And as many of you know, that means plus we invite others to join us. So we normally have 300 to 400 attendees. We also have the Global Business Exchange that it's speed networking is what I call it, where we gain together, group together members that are very knowledgeable in international and those that are not, and bring them together and forge those relationships that are so important for referral business and to learn from each other. We can't do that right now, unfortunately, because it's not something we're doing virtually, but we will be bringing that back, and that brings together about 300 members. And then, of course, as mentioned, diversity, which we just had an amazing workshop. Why am I telling you all this? Because we want your involvement. It's free. If you're a Florida Realtor member, you can participate. We love that you participate at your local association, but we also want you to participate at the state level. So send me an email if you did not apply. I may be able to get a couple more in, not too many, but maybe a few. So feel free to email me about that. We have been hosting events virtually, like the Inbound Trade Mission with Canada, which we had 900 participants. So that's something that we do and we bring together for our members so that they can contain that knowledge, they can connect with members. And we're planning many, many more from now through next year, because for us, it never stops. We have to continue to connect our members with others. That's what it's really all about. So you're probably sitting there thinking, well, Maria, why global? Why should I care about global? Well, international buyers spent approximately $16 billion in existing homes purchases from August of 2018 through July of 2019. And that's a huge figure. So that's one of the key reasons. The other is approximately 67% of those that purchased paid cash. So that made it very easy. You don't have to worry about, oh my goodness, we have to get them approved for this, approved for that. So that's a key factor as well as to why global. It's also another market for you if you have not gone into global, something that just expands your tools in your toolbox, more reach for you. So that's something that's important. The median price of the sales was over $288,000. So that's something good for you. And then 72%, and this is a very key figure, I think that, and I honestly think it's a little higher, but the reports say 72% of those that purchase from our Florida Realtor members then turn around and tell others about why they should come to Florida and provide referral. So here you are, you're selling a piece of property, a home, a town home, whatever it might be. And then that person turns around, introduces you to a family member, a friend, someone else that then will also turn around and purchase from you. So that's another key important thing that I wanted you to know. The other thing that a lot of people ask is, where are these investors coming from? And the top 5 markets in Florida have been Canada, Brazil, Argentina, Venezuela, and Colombia. Now, there are other markets too, and there's a reason why I'm saying that. The UK is another big market. And since I'm talking to the group from the Sarasota area, I want you to know that your 2 top key markets have been in the past, Canada and the UK. So you're sitting totally in a great place to do international. But please don't forget about the other markets that I mentioned or some other opportunities for you to reach the international marketplace. But I did want to mention that there are a lot of other markets. And you're probably also saying, well, Maria, we're in this virus, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Why are we talking about doing international sales or global? Well, the reason being is people are still buying and those borders will not be closed forever. I saw this morning, my friend Carla, who's on here with me, she just posted on Facebook of a new thing that Canada's doing to let people in. So borders are not going to be closed forever, and you need to realize that. So right now is an excellent time to plan what you will do with that international marketplace. And as many of you know, our inventory is low, so it's also a good time to see what other markets you can reach while we obtain more of that inventory and get new things into new properties into our system too. So the key to real estate that you know and the key to global are the same. It's connections. It's about building relationships. And I tell people, if you are not comfortable making friendships, connecting with people of other cultures, then international is not for you, because this is where you want to be friendly. You want to connect with others. That's what international real estate is all about. You do not need to know another language. In fact, most do not know other languages. And I know I have many, many friends, as I'm sure you do, that practice international real estate that do not know a foreign language, but they know the language of communication and friendliness. And a foreign buyer can read your face, your smile, your eyes like that. So it's very important for you to be very friendly and outgoing, because that really makes a huge difference, much more than knowing another language. I want to mention a couple of relationships and connections that we have made on your behalf that I think are going to pay off very nicely in the months to come. And the first one that I wanted to mention was CELA, which is the Confederation of all of the Latin America associations, real estate associations, with Brazil and Mexico being the largest. This is 19 different country associations coming together with 1 million members total. And they have never had a state be a member. So we are the very first state benefactor to be a member of CELA. Now, what does that mean to you? What that means is that we have a seat at the table. Florida will have a seat at the table for doing inbound trade missions, outbound trade missions, participating in conventions. They recently hosted their convention, and our realtor members were able to participate in the entire convention for $15. So that's very exciting. And we're looking forward to doing more inbound and outbound virtual trade missions until we can do real trade missions, because right now we're doing business as possible. That does not mean that we'll never go back to going on trade missions. So we're mega excited about this relationship because it's going to bring so much to the table. So please keep an eye out for that. The other thing that we do is we have memorandums of understanding. And what a memorandum of understanding is, it's an agreement. There's no dollars exchanged between Florida realtors and associations in other countries. It's basically an agreement that we are going to work together to bring opportunities for our members, education opportunities, referral opportunities, whatever we need to do. What kind of expos can they participate in here in Florida? Well, we've offered them our expo at convention. When we go back to having expos, they'll be able to be in our booth for free. Same when we go to, say, another country. Several of them have said, hey, you can be in our booth for free. That's how we started, in fact, with Realtor Quest. Canada said, we want you to be part of our booth. Please join us and see what you think. From there, now we do our own booths and invite others to join us. So this is very important, I think, for you as a realtor to know that we have these connections. Some of the MOUs, I'll just mention some of them, are Canada, France, Panama, Dubai, Germany, Belgium, Turkey. So we have them all over the world, and we're looking at others. In fact, I've got one in the works right now, which is a unique association. We're looking at a couple of them. So these bring those members to the table so that we can connect them with you. It also helps us help you when you want to have your own inbound or outbound, or you want a team to have one. I just this morning did a inbound outbound in conjunction with Pinellas, and it was with Russia, and we did it jointly, and it turned out fabulous. So things like that are things that we are going to be able to do for you to help you at no cost. So I wanted to mention that too. I mentioned inbound, outbound trade missions, and we hosted an inbound, luckily, and Sarasota was a key participant in that, your realtors, with Spain. And we had 210 participants. Again, no cost to you or any of the realtors that participated. You did an amazing job in providing a presentation in Spanish and English to tell them about how beautiful the Sarasota Manatee area is. What we've done now is we've taken those virtual. Like I said, we did one with Canada and had 900. November 19th of this year, which is this month, from 9 a.m. to noon, we will be doing an inbound, outbound trade mission with our friends from Dubai. So that's free to all realtor members, whether you're global, not global. It will be free. We're going to have a link that you can join. It will also have an expo component. And our friends from Dubai will have expo booths set up so that you can visit their developers. And then we're going to have expo booths so that you can visit our developers. And we're going to have some great speakers. And again, this is all free to you. So see as that continues, I'll have more information soon. I'm working on that right now. But I wanted to give you a heads up to please jot that down, because it's important for you to participate in these activities. That's how you make those all important connections to bring you more referrals and more business your way. The other is we are the NAR ambassador to Germany. And I wanted to bring this up because Germany is also one of your key markets, believe it or not. I was peeking and looking at the numbers, and it's about 4% that look in your area. So I think it's important for you to keep an eye on that market. And we have MOUs not only with IVD Berlin, but also with IVD Germany. So 2 German associations that your Florida Realtors Global team has as MOU partners, and also we are the ambassadors. So we're going to continue that relationship. They were going to come here this year and join us in August and do an inbound trade mission, but that's okay. We had them on our committee meeting globally. And now what we're going to, virtually, what we're going to do is keep a slot open. So when things open back up, they will come here. If not, we're going to do something with them virtually. So look for that in the near future. Okay, the other thing that I want you to keep an eye on, especially your area, and there are other parts of Florida too, is I want you to look around and see what companies in Florida are international. And there's an amazing map, and I'm happy to email it to you. I'm going to provide some slides that I'll send to your office there that they can disseminate, or you can send me an email and I'm happy to provide it. But the one slide that I have in mind that I want to get to you is from Enterprise Florida. They are our economic development partner for the state. They have a slide they do that shows all of the international companies in Florida. Now, why is that important? Well, it's important because you need to see who is investing in Florida, who is coming here, because a lot of times then they want to bring employees as well. For instance, many do not know that Tico in Tampa is owned by Canadian, so by Canada. So you need to look at these things. And you also need to connect and check out the Enterprise Florida website yourself, because it's just filled with good data that you can use to help promote your community and also then include your properties, and also connect with your local economic development partners, because they have a wealth of information to provide you as well. And please note, they do not handle residential real estate. And my background was economic development. I was the director for many years in Osceola and many years in Brevard, and they focus on manufacturing, corporate headquarters, distribution. When it comes to that CEO or that manager saying, I need a home, they have to have someone that helps them. So you could be that someone. You could assist and say, you know what, we want to team with you so that when you have someone, you can send them over to the Sarasota Manatee area and we'll handle it from here. We'll help you find homes for, the people relocating. So it's very important for you to know as well. Another great tool that I use all the time, and some of these numbers that I'm giving you is from the Residential Real Estate Activity Report that Florida and National Association of Realtors puts together every year. The new one, it only comes out once a year. The new one should be coming out at the end of this year in December sometime. I believe it will come out. If not, then at the beginning. But it has who is coming to Florida, who is actually buying, and in what areas. And what I want you to do is not only to look at who's buying in the Sarasota Manatee area, I want you to study who's buying around you, because there's lots of little pockets and markets that they are buying from, or that can give you hints as to who's looking at your area. So I think that's very, very important to you. And I also forgot to mention with the MOUs, many of those MOUs are asking us, we want to learn about Florida markets, not just the big markets, but those surrounding markets that maybe we don't know about, some of those hidden gems. So you need to smile and get out there and showcase that you are one of those hidden gems. That's why our Spaniards were so excited and interested in everything that you had to say. That residential, going back to that residential report, that is on our website. So you don't need to buy anything. You can just go on our website and print it, or just look at it if you like. And I'll send information on that too if you need steps on how to find it. But it's right there in the international, in the research area under international profile. So I think that's very, very important. And it's done by our Dr. Brad O'Connor and his team, and then they team with NAR. The other thing that I briefly mentioned that I want to touch on again is cultures. I really want you to think about if you're going to go in a specific market, for instance, you decide you're going to go into Asia or you want to focus on China. I'm just making this up. I would suggest that you do a little culture background, look a little bit, read up on the cultural differences, because for instance, in China, the number 4 is a very, very negative and has bad luck. So if you were going to show a client a home and the address was 44 Elm Street, they're not going to be real interested in buying that home. Whereas if you were going to show them a home that was 77 Elm Street, they would probably love it because 7 is their lucky number. So little things like that really help you. And the other thing is, please don't mix your cultures and get them confused. It happens all the time. I see it happening, especially as I was saying, China. I see people confusing China and Japan and think the rules are the same. No, they're not. They're totally different. The culture, the attire is all very, very different. So these little nuances, it's really important, whether you're looking at Canada, the UK, Spain, wherever you're looking, China, please learn a little bit about that. And take a look at the book, and I know probably most of you have it, and I'm not asking you to read it from cover to cover, but she has several volumes of it, and pick it up and look at different countries every once in a while just to refresh your memory. And that's kiss, bow, or shake hands. I know we're not kissing. I know we're not shaking hands right now. We're only bowing, but it has a lot of interesting information that I think is very important for you to know about before you jump or leap into a market, so that you know what you're doing. You're seen as a professional. The other thing that I wanted to mention that's another good tool for you and a resource, and it actually will help me help you, is the April issue of Florida Realtors magazine. And that is our global issue. Everything in that magazine is articles. It's information on which realtor works what market. It's all about members. We try to put in there as many members as we can. If you are specializing in a particular market, what you can do is you can email me at mariag@floridarealtors.org. Tell me what market specifically you are concentrating on. I can make no promises, but I will tell you that we try to include as many of our members as possible and have them showcase or ask them questions about the market. So that's a good tool for you, because then not only is that a magazine, and I've got a copy right here of this latest one, not only, whoops, it's not showing up real good. Not only is it something that, we give out when we can do things in person, but it's on our website. So not only can you look at this magazine, you can go back and look at past editions of it and pull from that. You're going to get amazing ideas that you can use in your real estate, market. I love it. I have people that go in and look at past segments and stuff. So please take a look at that, because I think it's something that's very, very important for you. The other place that I want you to look at, and I mentioned it a few minutes ago, and you're probably going to laugh, but it's a tool that those that use it are doing very well and use it correctly, is the key, is Facebook. And I know you're saying, Facebook? Yes. Well, 70% of the people on Facebook are international. And I don't mean just go on Facebook and, you're having a great day or whatever, but I want you to also do a little homework. I want you to go to Facebook and I want you to think about what you enjoy. I want you to think about international. What would someone international also enjoy? Well, travel is one. I belong to, I think, 3 or 4 travel groups. And the exciting thing about those groups is one of them almost always says, can someone show me pictures of where I should go if I go to Florida? Well, then you put pictures of the Sarasota and Manatee area. I belong to one that's called View from My Window, and I love that one. The reason being is all over the world, people take a picture of what they see outside one of their windows, and then they talk about it. Maybe we had one that she was a nurse and she had gone to New York to help with the virus. We have some that are international that are looking to relocate. So it's a way for you to build friendships. So go in there, or maybe you like cooking and look at how you can connect with international members or international people in cooking. So that's something very, very important. In wine, I know someone that loves wine and they have gone in and now they're in different wine clubs and they're meeting people from other countries. So these are all important. Also, NAR has a very, very good Facebook page for those of you that have your CIPS. And I will tell you, probably not fewer than once a week, someone posts on there, I have a referral. Does anyone live in, Florida? Does anybody live in Texas or wherever? And it's a great way to connect with others and find out about referrals and meet people. So check that one out. And then of course, ARIA. ARIA has several. They have the ARIA Global Forum one. They have just ARIA. They connect as well, and they're sending referrals. So look at all those key groups that you could take advantage of that could help you, get to the next level. The other thing that I want you to think about, and I want to take a few minutes and talk about today, is building your global team. And what I mean by that, I'm not talking about bringing on more realtors into your office. What I'm talking about is building that referral network you have by connecting with others, connecting with an international attorney, connecting with a visa attorney, connecting with a tax accountant, an accountant that specializes in international. My accountant would not be someone I would say, okay, you need to meet this person from, Costa Rica or the Bahamas or wherever. That's not what he does. He doesn't specialize in international. So you need to connect a money exchange company like a Money Corp or, anything like that. Translators. Please make sure that when you're doing a transaction, if it's in a foreign language, you're going to want someone that can review documents or translate for you in person or on the phone or whatever it is with the other person that's speaking the other language. Don't try to use like Google, because I will tell you, they don't always get it right. So I always say, make sure you have a good translator on your team. Now, why also would you want these folks on your team? Well, the reason being, it builds a referral network. It makes you look so much more professional. When you have clients coming in and they need an attorney, you can say, I know someone that you can talk to that can help you, or an accountant that knows international law in taxation. It's going to make it easier for you to do business. So not only that, but this team that you've developed is going to start telling people about you and saying, hey, you need to call so-and-so because they're doing a great job. They know how to sell. They can help you find that perfect home or townhome or whatever it might be. And so you're building that network for you and for them. So please make sure that you work on that. Another good tool is, I want you to learn everything that you can about your colleges and universities, and not just the big ones, but the smaller ones, the trade schools, etc. Because a lot of the international marketplace, what they do is they want to come to the United States. They want to come to Florida so their children can get a better education. I know many of our international friends, what they do is they'll buy a home or a townhouse and it will have several bedrooms. One bedroom is for the parents. The others are for their child or children, and the rest they rent out to friends that are coming from that country. And by the way, this is not only popular here in the United States, but if you talk to any of your Canadian friends, they will tell you that that is the biggest selling thing in Canada. They have places, I toured, I think 2 years ago, some of these beautiful condos and homes, and they have like 5, 6, 7 bedrooms. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then one central kitchen. And that's what the parents are doing. They're buying those so that they then can bring their children here. So learn about those key little, programs in the colleges and universities, because they have a lot that they can offer you. The other thing is those colleges and universities have international departments. You need to get to know them. I will also tell you that the colleges, they don't have housing. I know I sit on the board here for Valencia. They don't offer housing. That's something you have to do, on your own. So connect with that international department and offer to help them if they have any students whose parents are looking for housing, or the students are looking for, to purchase something for housing. Offer that, because believe it or not, they would love it. They would also look a lot for key speakers. So if you love to speak, you need to connect with them. And I'm going to give you a little example of something that really happened and I participated in, and it wasn't too far from where you are. And it was with the University of South Florida, my alma mater. We were doing a connection with, we were doing a connection through ARIA with the University of South Florida. And we wanted to connect with the Asian students. And we found out that, oh my goodness, they have so many clubs at the college, and they had several that were Asian clubs. So we said, how do we connect? And how can we connect? The college was thrilled that we wanted to connect with them. We connected with one of the Asian groups, and they said, you know what? We're about to have an event. And it's for our parents and family members and the students to come together. We're having a big dinner. We're having our big celebration with the lion dance and everything. What we don't have is we don't have sponsors for the opening reception, or, where you can have some light hors d'oeuvres before we provide a meal. So we said, well, what are you looking for? Well, they were looking for trays of food, like deli trays from Publix. So for $50, $80, if you purchased a deli tray, you were a sponsor for that event. And you got to come, you got to sit with the families and connect with the students. And it was amazing. So look at these opportunities. The opportunities that are out there are not always big dollar opportunities. This also led to the opportunity for ARIA at that time. This was about, I think 2 years ago or something, to speak to the students. So they said, what should we do? What can we do that the students would want as like a door prize? I said, buy a couple of Starbucks gift cards. So we bought several Starbucks gift cards, and they put them under certain chairs, and the kids won that was a huge hit. What do kids want? Coffee and food. So think about things like that. I hope I'm giving you some ideas that really help you to come up with your own plan that can take you to that next level that you want to get to. The other is the International Baccalaureate Program. I'm sure you've got it somewhere in Sarasota and Manatee. These are mainly at the high schools. Look for the program, though, that is degreed. In other words, when those students leave the high school, they're going to have a diploma in hand that says they have received their IB training and their IB certificate, because some don't offer that. This is free. This is for really, I call them brainy students that excel, and you have to apply to be able to be in the program. But since it's called International Baccalaureate, if you had a student in Canada, let's say, that was accepted into the program, and now mom and dad want to move to Sarasota, Manatee, and they're like, what are we going to do? We want to make sure that, can still be in the program. You can assist that family by sharing with them all throughout Sarasota, Manatee, where are these programs at, so that they can then go to the schools and connect with them, because they have to let them into those. If they've been accepted in Canada, then the classes, et cetera, are very similar. And that's the beauty of it. Then they can take that class here in the United States. And a lot of these students end up with lots of scholarships and letters of recommendation and everything else. So a lot of our internationals are looking for that. So as a heads up, if you check on it ahead of time, you will be ahead of the game. The other school that I wanted to mention, which many of you may already know, if you do have any Asian clients, which, by the way, if you review your numbers, you have a little bit of Asian clients looking at your area, is the Chinese day schools or Japanese day schools. Those meet on Saturdays. And that's an extra day of school for our Asian friends that they provide to their kids so they can learn about the culture. They can have, special celebrations, etc. But it's a big deal. They actually get a little certificate when they graduate that they've been through the day school. So look for that, but also look for other schools and other key things that are key to the market you're going into, because I'm sure there's lots of things out there that you can find in your community that could match up with them as well. Also, ARIA, the Asian Real Estate Association, I think I've mentioned that once or twice, the Hispanic Realtors Association, our Realist, all of these groups together, our veterans, are all real estate related practitioners that you can connect with that will also help you with different types of segments of the community. That if you want to learn about the Asian market, attend one of the ARIA meetings or find out what they have coming up. Today, in fact, they're having a global virtual event, I think tonight. A lot of these things are free. So I'm not saying get out there and, join, even though it's not expensive. What I'm saying is check it out, connect with the people. Tampa has an ARIA, Miami, Jacksonville, and Orlando. So we have 4 in the state of Florida. And they do their own thing, but they also join together, and then they join national and do a lot of things. Same with the Hispanic Realtors. And your Florida Realtors Global Business, we're very involved. We're involved in every single one of these groups. And we participate with them and invite all of the different groups to join us at our meetings. So that's another way that you can connect with these groups, is to come to our meetings and connect with all our great members. The other idea is, if you're doing residential, connect with those that are doing commercial and retail. And look, I know that right now those 2 areas are not doing as well, but they will come back. And when a commercial agent does something that, say it's a company coming in, or say it's a manufacturing, whatever it might be, that's generating more people needing homes. And if that's not what they specialize in, well, you need to team with them so you can help with the housing side and they can help you with the residential side. I did hear a speaker a week ago that said, an international speaker, that one of the areas that's going to come back due to the virus, that's going to be a huge demand for, is going to be refrigerated storage because of the vaccine. So just keep that in mind. I thought that was interesting. The other thing that I want you to keep in mind is the chambers of commerce. And, don't just join a chamber of commerce, but just participate in some. There's the Canadian Chamber. If we know the Canadian market is one of your key things, look for the Canadian Chamber, look for the British Chamber. There's lots of different groups in your area. Go to an event, even if you only go once, and check it out and see how you can connect and learn about these opportunities. Visitor and Convention Bureau, I also encourage you to check them out at the state level and at the local level, because they may have maps, area information that you can put in your packets, relocation packets, but also they may have opportunities for you to go speak. They may need a residential realtor to come in and talk about the area. So that gives you an opportunity to say, hey, I can speak. And if you're bilingual, you can say, I can speak this language or that language, or I can at least, I do global. I'm happy to work with international clients. Those are the kind of opportunities that are right there in your area that you can take advantage of, that you may not even realize are right there. Airports are another thing. And I know that that's probably very obvious to you. Your airport, the Tampa airport, all of the airports surrounding you, the ports, but the airports, the key there, and I know right now we're not doing a lot of flying, but we will get to that point where we start back up again, and those direct flights are important. Teaming with the airport is also something that I think is very important too, because they're willing to team. I know I've done a couple of things with the airport to promote the fact that we want internationals to come, and market. So things will get better. That's something that I used to really talk about before the virus, but I think that will come back too. Also, you have the Port of Tampa. Why I bring this up is we're talking about the international market. Well, they bring in tons of containers. Did you know that the #1 market for Tampa of bringing in containers is from Panama? So there, and we have a great relationship with our association in Panama. So I wanted to make you aware of that, that you need to see what is going on in these places. Who are their top markets? Because that may be something for you to look at. I also want you to get in your car and drive around the neighborhoods of where you sell the most or where your market is. I want you to look for international stores, shops, and I also want you to look at what I call those gems, that perfect bakery that you love to stop by and pick up a cupcake or whatever. Or maybe there's a car repair shop and they're amazing. I want you to get to know these folks. I want you to interview them when you can on your phone and just do a quick little interview so that you can share on Facebook, social media with your clients. But I want you to take it one step further. I recommend that you can put together like a little one pager or a little booklet. Here are some of the key gems in your neighborhood that you can go to and check out when you have time. Think about moving to a new neighborhood and not knowing anybody. You don't know what locksmith to use. You don't know what a good bakery is. You don't know who to call for the car repair. Think about providing your clients a little list that shares that information. But not only that, also, if you find out that they will come to your home, deliver the groceries, deliver the food, fix your car. I'm going through that right now. I'm waiting for my mechanic to show up to check my car. Those are extra. That is something you're going over and beyond to share with your clients that make you really, really shine. So I would totally do that. And that doesn't take that much time and it makes you look like a hero. So please think about doing that, because I think that has a lot of merit. Restaurants too, by the way, because people love to go out to eat or do takeout or have deliveries, but they don't know what restaurants. I know one realtor that made restaurants his key thing. He started going to Thai restaurants and he doesn't speak any foreign language. And he kept seeing this one guy there over and over. Long story short, he ended up selling the gentleman a home, a shopping center, and now he sells to all his friends and family. So please keep that in mind. I'm going to stop now and see if you have any questions, and also remind you of the November 19th, 2020 meeting we have that's going to be virtual with Dubai. And please note, we started that with an MOU that we signed. From there, we took 325 of you to Dubai. We just had our reunion with Dubai, and now we're doing a virtual inbound, outbound with Dubai. So I guess what I'm saying to you is when we build a relationship, we want that relationship with those MOUs or however, whether there's one or not, we want it to last. We want to include you. We're not here to charge you, $100, $20 to participate. If you've participated in our stuff, you'll know we just want you to benefit from it. So I'm going to stop and let's see if we have any questions. I noticed that someone wanted to know about the trade mission. We'll have information on that soon. And there's a couple of ways that you can get information. One is we totally share on social media. Facebook is like all over the place. We'll also post it on The Voice, which is our sharing segment for our committees through Florida Realtors. But I will also send the information to your association so that they can disseminate it to anyone. And also my email is mariag@floridarealtors.org. You can email me so that as soon as I have those links, we send it out so that it's shared with everybody and everybody can connect. And let's see, someone else wanted to know about ARIA. So what I can do there is I will make sure that I send information on that too. And what we do at our meetings is we generally ask them to share with us any upcoming events, what is going on. And those ARIA members are also members of our global committee. So you're going to find people from the Hispanic realtors, from the Asian realtors, all different types. because we want to be very inclusive, but also sharing. That's how you can share. If you're inclusive, you can learn so much more. Do we have any other questions? I'll wait 1 second. If not, I'm done. And I appreciate you taking time out of your crazy busy day, spending it with me. And if you need anything, please reach out, because that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to provide resources for you. And I want to be a resource to help you and the Sarasota and Manatee Association, thrive, because that's what we do. If we work together, there's no reason why we can't be the best of the best.